What up, y'all? It's Mike.
It's Jasmina.
It's Brenda.
Let's talk about something. I love this topic. Arranged marriages.
See, a lot of people say they're outdated, but then you have this other side that says, oh, it turns out okay.
Well, according to, Reddit, I mean, come on, this is just like very informal stuff. A lot of, but I do believe there are studies out there that showcased, I mean, but you can believe it where you can't, that people who are in arranged marriages are more happy. Like, if you take the percentage of people who are in arranged marriages, compare them to the people who are in, like whatever, however else they met, the people who are in arranged marriages are way happier in the long run than those who are not.
I feel like because you don't know each other at all, and then through that process, you get to find out more about each other, and then maybe grow to like each other. And you're like, wow, I didn't know this about you.
Okay, so let me ask you, ladies, would you be open to arranged marriages?
I think I actually would, especially...
You would?
Okay, especially.
Wait, you're from Peru. Was there arranged marriages in Peru?
No, there's not.
There's not? Okay.
I think it depends on the situation, because a lot of these people who said they've gone through arranged marriages was because they're already old and they don't like have anybody to go with, so they feel like they have no other choice. And I feel like, I don't know, if I was like getting old and I just needed
whoa! I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you right there. That's okay. So traditionally, arranged marriages was across the board, right? Across the board, people were arranged with each other when they were like 15, 16, sometimes even as babies.
Yeah,
okay?
that's the other situation.
So you are like So you're saying, if you were older, let's say you're as old as me. And you haven't met anybody, you'd be like, I'm open to it. Because out of like sheer last resort, that's what you're saying. Not like as a choice, but as a sheer last resort.
I feel like as a millennial, I should not go with this path because I have a chance.
Why are you putting at me with this path? I mean, I'm not going down this path. I'm just I'm playing devil's advocate for it. So, Brenda, what about you?
No.
No? If your parents came up to you like, Brenda, we found this great guy in Vietnam, and he's perfect for you.
Do they do that in Vietnam?
They do.
Of course they do. All Asian cultures have done this. So you're against this completely.
Completely.
Are your parents against it or with it?
Their parents. Well, I'm sure her parents. Did they say I'm going to set you up with someone?
No, they haven't. I think they're more Americanized now.
Yes, they like do your own thing.
Yeah, do your own thing. I'm more Americanized, so I don't really like that. Arrangement type thing. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna speak on behalf of arranged marriages because someone has to. I think personally that arranged marriages, to a certain extent, is the most unshallow of all relationships, least superficial of all relationships, because I feel like right now there's too many choices.
I also feel like the way people are getting in relationships is only because of looks. They don't actually get into relationships. And then in the end, they just start marrying people and then divorcing just because they don't know their inner selves.
Of course, we're not.
And for money.
Yeah, right. So, of course, not everyone's in there for looks, for money, but a lot of people are. That's why there is a term gold digger. That's why, that's why the divorce rate is 50%. That's crazy. So half the people who get married are divorced. Like, are you kidding me? That's never the case before. Okay, granted, before there was no Tinder, there was no plenty of sea fish or plenty of clams or whatever it's called, farmers dating, all this stuff. None of this existed, okay? When I was a kid, when I was young, when I wanted to meet a girl, like you guys now, it's easy. You go on Facebook, face chats, Instabook, whatever, and you can meet like a lot of people. You're always connected to some people. You can always meet random people because even now InstaChat is like recommending people to you. Hey, why don't you check this person out? When I was trying to date, like back then, you literally had to walk out of your house and go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You had to go somewhere, and then you can't just go to like a bar. You don't want to meet someone at a bar. So then like you had to go to like grocery markets. And hang out by the salads. I don't know.
You did that?
I didn't do that. I did not do that. One of my friends, he went to Walmart.
Oh,
okay, keep in mind, I lived in little towns. Okay, he walked around Walmart. Anyway, this is how you had to do things back then. You actually had to go out and meet people. But now it's like there's what I meant by too many choices is that there are a lot of things that can stray you from a dedicated relationship. Okay, there's too much. There's too much temptation everywhere. It's so easy to find a partner nowadays. Like all you gotta do is swipe up or what is it, left, right, diagonal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never used it, so I don't know what direction you swipe. But they're so easy now. So back when arranged marriages was more of a thing, it's more like, okay, this is the person you're gonna be with. So now you're gonna have to find a way to love this person because
by the parents.
By the parents, yes. So now, but here's the thing. I wanna say something about arranged marriages, at least for the Chinese culture. It wasn't as simple as random. It wasn't like, hey, I saw Jasmina's mom at the market today. We both bought a piece of tofu. Let's have our babies and marry each other. It was actually based a lot on Chinese culture, Chinese beliefs of the 八字, which is the 8th character, your name, your birthday. Like it was like people believe it was a match made in heaven. And most of the time it worked out that way. And even nowadays, like if you talk to people who are in arranged marriages, they kind of like, yeah, we learned to love each other, and now we knew we were meant to be. So again, I'm speaking for arranged marriages, not saying I want one, but I'm just saying those are the benefits of arranged marriages. It's a really, non-superficial relationship where you don't meet the person sometimes until your wedding day. In Chinese culture, you don't see that person's face until you're in the honeymoon suite and you lift the veil. You're like, oh.
Oh no.
Also, I feel like the way we're meeting people, the way we're dating right now, it's more conducive to splitting up. It's just more conducive to splitting up. Because even when you're in a relationship, like I said before, the temptation is too much. Like there's I'm not speaking for everybody, but there's so much temptation everywhere. It's like, okay, fine, you're in a relationship. All right, you still got like 100 Facebook friends that like you're chatting with, and you're constantly like meeting new people online. Like it's always something. So I feel like that contributed to the high rate of divorce. So anyway, we brought this up because this was brought up on Reddit, and a lot of people were in support of marriages. So we'll put the link below if you guys want to read more about that. Go for it. Again, you guys are against it. I think there are a lot of merits to it. Personally, I don't think I could do it. You know what? I think if I was young, my parents did it, like when I was in China, I'd kind of be okay with it.
You'd be okay with it?
I think I'd be kind of okay with it. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Because
of your parents?
Because we're living in China, and we're kind of like, and back then it was really hard to meet people. This is what I'm talking about. It's so easy to meet people now. You don't have to go through your parents. Like back then, it's like, back then in China is you have to get the maypole, the arranged marriage, like old lady to say something, and then you gotta like match everything, and then it's a big deal. So it's not like, hey mom, just show me a new lady or a new guy every Tuesday. It's not that easy. Like your whole life you could be introduced to just like a few. So you gotta pick one. But anyway, let us know your thoughts about arranged marriages. You think there's merits, or you think the whole concept is just ridiculous and you need your freedom? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See ya.